Hey guys, it's Lavender here. Welcome back to my channel. It's Lavender here, and today I am back with another true crime case. However, this one's a little different. They don't know exactly what happened to these people, these three women. However, there's a huge possibility, obviously, that this is a true crime case because they've been missing since the early 90s. So let's get started in this true crime. So here we go. So today I'm doing the Springfield 3, and that refers to an unsolved missing persons case of three people that began on June 7th, 1992, when friends Susie Streeter and Stacy McCall and Streeter's mother, Cheryl Levitt, went missing from her home in Springfield, Missouri. This case has actually been featured in a bunch of shows, crime shows and stuff, like 48 Hours, America's Most Wanted, People's Magazine Investigates, etc., 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 Disappeared, etc. Cheryl Elizabeth Levitt was 47 at the time of her disappearance. She was 5 feet tall, 110 pounds, with short, light blonde hair. Her eyes were brown, and she had pierced ears. She was a cosmetologist at a local salon and a single mother. And also her daughter wanted to be a cosmetologist. She wanted to go to cosmetology school too. Susie Streeter. Streeter was 19 years old. She was 5 foot 2 inches tall and 102 pounds, with shoulder-length blonde hair and brown eyes. Her distinguishable marks included a scar on her upper right forearm, a small mole on her left corner of her mouth, and pierced ears. Stacy Kathleen McCall was age 18. She was 5 foot 3 inches tall and 120 pounds, with long, dark blonde hair and light-colored eyes. Streeter and McCall graduated from high school on June 6, 1992. They were last seen around 2 a.m. on June 7th when they were leaving the last of the few graduation parties they had attended that evening. The pair planned to spend the night at their friend Janelle's house, but they decided that her house is a little too crowded for their taste, so they decided to go back to Streeter's house and Streeter's mom's house home. And it is assumed that they made it there because all their clothing from the night before, the jewelry, purses, all their personal belongings, their cigarettes, and vehicles were all present and parked outside the house the next day. The following morning, around 9 a.m., Kirby and her boyfriend visited the house after Streeter and McCall failed to show up at her home. They had planned to spend the day at a water park. Upon arriving, Kirby found the front door was unlocked and entered the home, but found no sign of the woman. Each of the woman's cars were parked outside of the home. She also reported to police that the glass lamp shade on the porch light was shattered. Kirby's boyfriend, innocently, without thinking, helped pick up the broken glass on the porch and sweep it up, which police later determined may have destroyed potential evidence. Inside the house, Kirby found Levitt and Stringer's dog, a Yorkie terrier named Cinnamon, who appeared agitated. While inside, Kirby also answered a strange and disturbing call from an unidentified male who made sexual innuendos. She hung up and immediately received another call from the same person of a sexual nature, again hanging up the phone. Several hours later, McCall's mother, Janice, also visiting the house after failed attempts to reach her daughter by phone. Inside, she noticed all three women's purses were sitting on the floor of the living room, and also saw her daughter's clothing neatly folded from the night before. And Levitt's cigarettes were also left inside the home, which is a big, huge red flag to McCall's mother, because Levitt was a huge chain smoker. She would go through a pack a day. She was a chain smoker, so that was a big red flag to her. And so right after that, she saw that, Janice frantically called the police from the home's telephone to report 3 women missing. Police later estimated the crime scene had been corrupted by 10 to 20 people who visited the Levitt's house looking for them. Upon the officer's arrival, the scene showed no signs of a struggle besides the broken, shattered porch light. Levitt's bed had been slept in, so they knew that someone was there, previously. On December 31st, 1992, a man called into the America's Most Wanted hotline with information about the woman's disappearances, but the call was disconnected, and Levitt and Streeter were actually declared legally dead in 1997. However, their files are still officially filed under missing. In 1997, Robert Craig Cox, imprisoned in a Texas prison as a convicted kidnapper and robber and suspected Florida murderer, told journalists that he knew the three women had been murdered and buried and claimed that their bodies would never be recovered. In 1992, Cox had been living in the Springfield area. When interviewed, then he told investigators that he was with his girlfriend at church in the morning. However, when they broke up and he was in prison, his ex-girlfriend said that that wasn't true, and he told her to lie for him. And she recounted her statement that she said to the police. Authorities were uncertain if Cox was involved in the case or if he was just seeking recognition and attention for the alleged murders. Cox stated to authorities and journalists he would disclose what happened to the three women after his mother died because he didn't want to embarrass her, but it's not officially known if he is the killer or not. There's no evidence of it. The case remains unsolved to this day, and in June 1997, a bench was dedicated to the women inside the victims' memorial garden in Springfield's Phillips Grove Park. So if you guys like this video, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Bye guys, see you next video.